What's up, guys? I'm Mike Mohammed, and today I wanted to talk about a little game that has sort of taken over my life now and kind of made me lose interest in all of the games. And that game is Halo Infinite for me. This game, I don't know how many of you guys grew up in that era of Halo 1, 2, that first trilogy of games that ended up being so iconic, that ended up really just kind of defining the Xbox brand. And I remember back in the days of Halo 3 on 360, Xbox Live. I remember like I just remember being so addicted to that game, Halo 3, back in those days. And slowly over time I kind of started branching out into other games. I started playing it less, and eventually Halo as a franchise kind of went downhill with Halo 4 and 5. Generally, those games were never as well received as the first trilogy of games. But man, the memory of that heyday of prime Halo 3 is it cannot be forgotten. And so for years, even back then when I was playing Halo 3, I always started out playing first person shooter games with Counter Strike and Half Life, games like that on PC. So for me, as big as console shooters have gotten, for me it was always a PC gaming mouse and keyboard thing. So I always dreamed of wouldn't it be fucking awesome if you could just play Halo 3 on a PC or play just Halo in general on PC? And, for over 10 years I didn't really get my wish because, you know, Halo started, I think there was a PC version of the original Halo, but this was ages ago. 2 and 3 kind of never really came out on PC till very recently when the Master Chief Collection was released on PC. For me, for years, really the only reason to get an Xbox was for Halo. Halo was the franchise, pretty much. And with this new game, man, I really feel like they've kind of created the best gameplay that Halo has ever had. And they've also done it in a way the multiplayer using the equipment. The grapple shot in general just fucking changes what Halo is into something way more dynamic. I kind of wish there was almost a mode where you always have the grapple shot, so it would be grapple mode or something like this. And maybe you could get other equipment just like you do in the campaign. Because I don't know, of all the equipment, the repulsor is pretty good. The repulsor, you can do a halo jump. You can do a super jump with the repulsor by looking down. You can send grenades back. You can knock people off the stage with it, so that's pretty useful. The drop shield, the thruster is fairly useful. It's mostly good for evasion or just getting that quick melee. Thruster is just more helpful for general mobility, but the grapple shot is a whole different degree of mobility, man. The grapple shot, I've done this thing on Behemoth where I will go with a grapple shot underneath the flag, shoot upwards diagonally, fly over the flag, grab the flag in midair, and then land on or get straight onto the power ramp and then go flying halfway across the stage. So within 5 seconds, I steal the flag and I end up halfway across the map. This kind of thing was not really possible with the older games. You weren't able to create that kind of thing. You weren't able to harpoon a flag carrier and then melee them from behind. There's all kinds of things you can do in Halo Infinite that you just weren't able to do in those older games. And so I think gameplay wise, the core gameplay formula of Halo Infinite is Halo at the best it's ever been. And really, to me, what it is now is Halo Infinite. It's got infinite potential, basically, in terms of what they could do with it. I think that honestly, Halo Infinite could be basically the best first-person shooter of this generation. But they have to play their cards right. And I think a big part of that is kind of being lot of people have complained about the microtransactions in the store. I think that they could definitely, obviously, the campaign co-op needs to come, the Forge needs to come for custom maps. Once custom maps come in, custom maps is gonna just be a whole fucking thing, man. Like, I like really what it is like Halo Infinite kind of has two releases. There's like the release of the campaign and the beta that we, or the multiplayer that we've now gotten, and then there's got to be like a whole more lot of maps. There's got to be the Forge and the campaign co-op, and once those things get added, then the game will feel a lot more complete. I think because right now people are complaining that the game feels kind of like incomplete, or even for a free-to-play model, it feels like there's just a lack of content. So these things being added, I think, are going to really shift how people perceive the game. But not just that, but I think people have said they don't want a battle royale mode, but to me it's like, as long as you keep battle royale mode a separate thing from like big team battle and like regular like 4v4 ranked Halo and the other game modes, as long as you keep it like a very separate part of the game, I think battle royale, there's no reason not to do it really, because the thing is with these young kids these days, they're all fucking in love with these battle royale games. And if that's really the ticket to get these kids into these games, then yeah, like make a battle royale mode for the young kids and let us boomers, the old guys, just play regular ass Halo and make our own custom maps and stuff like that. Not only that, but like the campaign of Halo Infinite ended up being so much friggin' better than I was personally expecting. I wasn't actually expecting the campaign to be that exciting or like to get me as emotionally involved as it did. So for me, I honestly think that like there's a lot of potential for what they could do with the Halo campaign later on. I think if in 2 or 3 years' time we can get a second campaign, that would be pretty great. I think they've really set themselves up well to have a second campaign. Not gonna get into spoilers on this video, but suffice to say, a lot of the mess from Halo 4 and 5 is kind of cleaned up, and they kind of opened the doorway for a new pathway for the franchise going forward in terms of the story. So really with Halo Infinite, you have a pathway for the campaign to be a lot better in the future, or at least have a lot or secondary campaign. So you already have the biggest Halo campaign ever, in my opinion, the best campaign since the first 3 games. And on top of that, you could also add more campaigns to it. The game engine is done, the core gameplay is done. Really, you just have to create more content now, which is really kind of like the easiest part now. They've done the hard part, which is engineering the game engine and the game design. Once we can get more content in this thing, I think the ball is really going to get rolling, man. Right now, the devs are kind of on holiday break, and they definitely, as soon as they get back from break, need to kind of get to work on creating more content for this game and getting out updates as fast as possible, because definitely people's interests are going to wane, and that's just how it is. But the thing is, Halo, what it is just such a good game. If you can keep creating more content and kind of also put out there, like as a big announcement, like the new season is here, the Forge is here, the co-op campaign is here, new maps are here. Whatever it is that gets added, you have to be really loud and clear with the audience that's coming. And I think word of mouth will work well for Halo Infinite. I think a lot of people will see their friends playing Halo Infinite and want to play. And like right now on my Steam, like almost everybody I know, like at least half of my Steam list has been playing, and at least tried Halo Infinite a little bit. Some people more than others. Me personally, I'll just show it off right now, man. I'll show the library off right now. So you can see I've put down like 127 hours into this thing right here. So yeah, man, for me, Halo Infinite it has almost killed my interest in other games. Like, I'm not even really playing other games at this point. I'm just like, Halo Infinite, man. But yeah, I'm sure when Elden Ring comes around, I'll get on that one. But until then, I've really been like living that Halo life. Um, oh yeah, King of Fighters 15 is coming. That's another good one. But yeah, Halo Infinite, man. I really think this game has the chance to be the game of the generation. 343 and Microsoft really has to like make the right decisions. They have to not be so predatory with the monetization systems. And yeah, man, like they have a lot of potential in the future. So for me, Halo Infinite now is kind of like it's almost like the sport of Halo is back now. Like it's just like the way you used to just like wake up and like run Halo. It's like it's back now. It's like as long even though you can play other games, you'll always be able to have Halo to go back to, which is a real great thing to have. And the fact that it's all on PC, has cross-play with Xbox and everything, everything's good. It's really like the way that people are complaining. It's like honestly speaking, think about what Halo was just 3 years ago. Not even on PC. Halo 5 was like the most recent game. People really hated that campaign. The gameplay of Infinite, I feel like, is just hands down the best gameplay in the series in terms of like just the core gameplay, just the grappling, the repulsor, and all that stuff. The weapons are also fucking great. The Mangler, I love. The shock rifles, like the Disruptor and the shock rifle, at first I was really iffy about. Later on, I came to like them a lot. The pistol is like arguably the best gun in the game. The assault rifle is like stronger than it's ever been. Battle rifle is still like the go-to for ranked. I don't know, man. It just feels like Halo's back, man. Yeah, the sidekick fucking kicks ass in this game, to be honest. Yeah, like I had such a fun time exploring this world, and I'm definitely looking forward to a new campaign with new biomes and stuff like that. And the thing is, the campaign looks better than this first trailer we saw too. So like this trailer I'm showing here is like old. It's the chronology of the trailers. But yeah, man, Halo Infinite now it just has potential, man. It just has potential to be like I think it already is in terms of gameplay the best Halo game. I think that it could be like the biggest first-person shooter, but it needs a battle royale essentially to do that. It's not going to be able to top Fortnite or Warzone without a battle royale. So that's why I say it needs it. But for us older guys who prefer the older Halo, like well, at least we have that now, even if the player counts are not super enormous the way like Fortnite and Call of Duty is. For me personally, that doesn't really matter. As long as I get to play Halo, as long as I know new content is coming, I'm gonna be happy. So that's pretty much why Halo Infinite is like taken over my life lately. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably make more videos about Halo Infinite in the future because for me, this is like the biggest game that I'm playing right now. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. I'm Mike Muhammad. See you guys next time.